Hey guys, Alex here doing another review. Continuing my WrestleMania countdowns with WrestleMania 23. This one was back in 2006, I think. And let's get it started. First match was the World Tag Team titles, Kane and the Big Show versus Chris Masters and Carlito. Decent match. A few nice spots where like Kane did the diving clothesline thing off the top out to the outside. That was kind of cool, it's not bad here, but really short, basically there to glorified squashes to get the crowd into it. I give it 2 stars, it was decent. Then we had the Money in the Bank matches with the second one, and I actually think this is probably one of the most, I'd say, uneventful ones. This roster really didn't work that well, I think. Matt Hardy was in it, Shelton Benjamin, Finlay, RVD, Bobby Lashley, and Ric Flair. A lot of these guys like RVD, Shelton Benjamin, Matt Hardy worked, but Bobby Lashley, Ric Flair, and Finlay I don't think worked very well. I'll give credit to Ric Flair though; he took some sick bumps, including a superplex off the top rope, or off a ladder, which was just insane to think about. Ric Flair was 65 or whatever I think at the time, or something like that. So really, really insane. Shelton Benjamin, stole the show again. I think he did a T-bone suplex at the top and did the running up a ladder and diving to the outside, which was really cool. Really kind of short on spots in this match, but it was good. There's a lot of good spots here, but didn't really have those holy shit moments that the first one had, and then the other ones continued to have. So it was still good though. I give it 3 3/4. Good match, and I think it held up very well. Next we had the United States Championship match with Chris Benoit versus JBL. This was actually kind of cool. I like these two working together because they're both really two very stiff guys and really hard-hitting guys, and I think it worked a lot well. But it was just way too short, and I don't think they let these guys have a lot of time to really go out there and have a good match. So I had to give it 2 and 2.25. But it was good though. It was just way too short. Then we had the match of the night, which is kind of scary to think that's halfway through the match or halfway through the show. Hardcore match between Edge and Mick Foley. This match was just incredible. I've seen it before, and it still holds up very, very well today. These two went balls to the wall, crazy, in this match. Edge really showed just how violent and good at selling a match he can be. Mick Foley showed he could still have it. This is probably the last great Mick Foley match, I'd say. I can't really think of another one he was in that was really good. But this was just awesome, and these told a great story. Really, probably the most hardcore match the WWE's had, because they had flaming tables, they had thumbtacks, they had barbed wire, really, really great stuff. I gave it 4.5. But you take in the whole storyline and everything, the video package was great for this match too. I might bump it up a little bit higher, but I think that it's still great. Then we had a crappy match, which was Booker T and Sharmell versus the Boogeyman. Piece of shit. It's a dud. Really nothing to say. Short, pointless, nothing happened. Then we had the women's title match with Trish versus Mickie James. This was actually a good match, actually. This is probably a really great women's match. Probably the best women's match on WrestleMania they've had in, I don't know, years probably. One thing that the crowd loved it. The crowd was really into Mickie James, because they had the whole lesbian angle with Mickie James going on, and so the crowd was really behind Mickie James. You wonder why. It's a bunch of guys in Chicago. But these two had a very good storytelling. Mickie James working over Trish's leg the whole match. A few botches here, but nothing that really hurt. They cut a lot of it out of the DVD, so that I didn't like that a lot. But what are you gonna do? But I think it was really good actually. 2 1/4, almost 3 stars. I think. I think it was a little short. So there you go. Then we had the casket match between Mark Henry and the Undertaker. Boring. Nothing really happened. Best part was the Undertaker doing the last right at the end, and then the Tombstone Piledriver, and I think he did one other move. I don't know, right at the end, and then rolling him, and that was the best part of the match. Oh, and the dive to the outside where Mark Henry kind of looked like he failed to catch him. I don't think he dropped him though. Some people say he did, but I don't think so. But 2 stars. This was right before. I think it was after this match that Undertaker started having his good streak of matches, where it was next year was Batista, then Edge, and Shawn Michaels, and so on. So this was the last bad Undertaker match in WrestleMania. Then we had another good match, which was Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon. in a no-holds-barred match. This was really, really fun. This was an entertaining match. I can say that much. These two worked really well together. Had a very, interesting match. Like a few comedy spots here, like where Shawn Michaels just beat the hell out of McMahon. Like took like a poster that Vince McMahon had where he was on the cover of Muscle and Fitness and like smashed it over his head. The Spirit Squad came out and like just got their ass kicked. It was kind of actually entertaining. Shane McMahon came out and did like a really funny part, like we had like the kennel sitting, like he's doing like twirling around, and then Michaels grabs him and just starts beating the shit out of him, and so that was actually kind of cool. And like there was a part where Shane got his face shoved in Mr. McMahon's ass, and it was like stupid, but it was just I couldn't help but laugh because it was funny. Let me just say right now, JR was great on commentary. Like he just really wanted to see McMahon get his ass kicked, and like that could be felt through the commentary, and like that was very entertaining to see and listen to. I will say though, the ending was brutal, like where Shawn Michaels climbed basically a 25-foot ladder and dropped an elbow onto Mr. McMahon, who's on a table with a trash can on his head for the finish. I give McMahon credit for having balls to take a spot like that, but apparently, actually, I heard somewhere from the Shawn Michaels DVD that he actually said that he didn't intend for the ladder to be that big, and it just happened to be the one he pulled out, and he's like, well, I can't put it back under, I need to use this one. So, kind of interesting story. I give it 3 3/4. Really fun match. Then we had the world title, which was Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio, and Randy Orton. This was the whole storyline of Rey Mysterio fighting in memory of Eddie Guerrero, who passed away right before the event, like back in November. So that was kind of a nice thing. This was really great, actually. Like, probably the best 9-minute match you'll ever see. Well, one of the best matches, 9-minute matches. Kurt Angle was a fucking beast in this match. Like, he did everything. Like, he was great. He could work the crowd well. Crowd was really hot for Angle. There's one cool spot where like Randy Orton had Ray in position for a German suplex. Kurt Angle came behind both of them and double German suplex. I mean, Ray went flying. That was actually really cool. There was a nice spot where like Kurt Angle made both of them tap, but like the referee was distracted by the other person. So that was kind of cool. It had a nice little story to it. A nice little like cheating element for Eddie Guerrero, I guess. It was a good match, but it just needed more time. Especially when you had this whole story of Ray going into he won the Royal Rumble and he's doing it for Eddie and everything, and it's a 9-minute match. Really kind of disappointing. I still give it 3 3/4 though. Really, really good actually. Just needed more time. Playboy pillow fight. Candice, Michelle, and Torrie Wilson. It's pointless. No reason to watch it. Then we had the WWE Championship match with John Cena and Triple H. This was basically the start of when John Cena got booed. Like this, well, it was right before it, but this is like the first Mania where he was booed. And, I think the crowd saved this match. It was a slow start, but it picked up throughout the match. But the crowd was alive the whole time, and they were red hot the entire time. They were booing John Cena and cheering for Triple H. The majority of the crowd was anyway. And, the fact that they were alive the whole time made the match more entertaining, I think. And I think it actually helped make the match better. I will say, though, the finish was good. The finish was pretty solid. Especially you consider the fact that John Cena made Triple H tap at WrestleMania, which, only happened once, so that was kind of cool. But all in all, I give it a 3.5. It's probably not the greatest match to end the show with, but I think that, like I said, the crowd helped a lot, but, like, it was too slow at the start, like, really. And Triple H dominated the whole match, and Cena did a little offense until the very end, Classic Cena match. I know people are going to be hate on that, but what can you say? I still would give this WrestleMania a solid 8 out of 10. It's really good, and, you have Mick Foley and Edge having a great match, and Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon doing a great job. Ray winning the world title, which was really cool, actually. So you have some good stuff here, but the main event, I think, was pretty weak, even if it was good. But it just wasn't a WrestleMania good match. But that's it for now. I'll have another video up for tomorrow. Take care. Bye.